Hey, and welcome to Lena Listens. My name is Lena, coming to y'all with my thoughts and reviews about the JBP. In this Patreon exclusive, I know what you did last summer. It to me felt like a well-needed talk session. Now, it started off a little wild. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, please don't let Keno speak for the full duration of this pod, especially once he asked Mark, why do you still write essays at 50? Ninja, because he's a writer. Like, what? But Mark, he had a quick line for him. And being from Philly, we quick on our feet. We got them words. He had a quick line for him. And he said, why you going first dates with the same person at 50? Now, Mark. Now, if you watch Pod Wives, or you're familiar with Pod Wives, or even watch the very last episode, the finale, then you understand where this shade was coming from. Just a quick little sidebar. Keno got his girl back, Edith, is back, so I wonder how the next season will look for them. On season 2 of Pod Wives, we'll have to see. I will cover that as well. But the conversation became better as time went on. With less mics, they're really getting their music takes off and are able to sit with the topic a little longer and flesh it out. They were reminiscing about the old slaughterhouse days and just taking a step out of themselves to see how far they've come. Some reflection, if you will. I gotta say, I actually like this Patreon a lot. The other half more so anyway. I like that they were up there having real grown men conversations for the last piece of the pod. It was a mini therapy session, if you ask me, that they typically can't do or don't do up there because there's so many people in there with mics. So, hearing them say, yeah, get you one person and have a seat. That's so refreshing. Ladies, if you're here and you're listening to, I know I have some female subscribers, some women subscribers. It was refreshing to hear. I was like, oh, look at them. Because, I don't mind the playful funness of the whole, oh, yeah, that's gonna bro, blah, blah, blah. And all this and all the fun, like, heyday stuff. I don't mind that at all. It's funny to listen to. Like I was just saying, the previous pod was funny to me. But it's nice to have this balance where you hear them having these type of discussions, That I just thought that was pretty cool. And they were really up there giving each other sound advice, whether it was received or not. It was nice, no one clamoring over each other with words. It was just smooth selling, man. I know this isn't the conventional way of podding we're used to from them, but it was something a little different, and it was cool. It was chill to me. And with that being said, we got to jump into the very end of the pod. What Mark said, got our ears up, got our eyes open. At the very end there, Mark posed a question that I'm pretty sure a lot of people wondered, probably even Joe at some point. He asked if the show would be better with less mics. Joe said that's a loaded question, and who are the mics? Because fewer mics doesn't necessarily mean better to me. That's what Joe said. I'm curious to hear what the gang will say tomorrow when they're back, because they was able to sit on this for, a day or two and hear what it was. I'm pretty sure we'll see. I'm pretty sure they probably listened or watched the past 2 pods back just to see what the vibes was like with less people, or just to see how the interactions were all together. Now, this isn't the first time Joe touched on different people being on different days, different crews on different days, doing stuff like that. And I just said in one of my previous videos that they all should have a mini segment of something that's near and dear to them, something that's of their expertise, if you will. Less mics. Less mics lets the conversations flow a bit more without Joe having to say, what's next? What y'all got? Talk to me. None of that all weekend. I didn't hear that on Saturday. I didn't hear that yesterday. I didn't hear it because he was able to let these conversations flow, flush them out. Like, this was the first time you can actually sit with the conversation. Like Joe said, you can let the idea get in the air and sit there without it having to, constantly move and progress because there's like 8 people in the room. So All in all, this was a great pod to me. It was refreshing to hear, especially being a woman. It's nice to see and hear men having these type of conversations. You know, I'm not saying we can't have fun and we can't listen to all the fun stuff and make jokes and have a bunch of funnies. I'm not saying that because I like that. That's what we're paying for. But it's nice to see this side too. You know, it's a good balance to me, maturity. And I liked it. It was calm, it was chill. I appreciated this. Every episode doesn't need to be turned up. It just doesn't. Until next time, y'all. Bye.